I'm Richard Fuller and I'm the Linux and Information Security Team Leader here at the University of York. And my team looks after all technical aspects of information security. It's absolutely critical to us as a university. There's obviously the concrete things like fines, like reputational damage, but also a lot of the data that we rely on to do our research comes with criteria attached and requirements around security. So originally it was the PCI DSS standard, and there's a requirement in PCI DSS, or was at the time, that you have two-factor auth on remote access to systems that affect the security of the cardholder data environment. We have a lot of challenges. It's a very open environment, so we can't really lock things down. People have to have wide open access, but we also have a lot of sensitive and confidential data. So a lot of our work is around partitioning and creating areas where data can be handled securely while still maintaining a very open research and teaching environment. We also have a significant challenge around phishing at the moment, which is a significant problem for a lot of universities. We have a huge number of people getting phished every year. The education is working, but it's not working at the level that we would hope. So we're using Geo to protect initial entry into the network. But if you have an administrator's username and password, if you've obtained that via phishing or malware or some other compromise and are now coming in, then you have access to a huge amount of data. So our initial deployment was just to technical staff, so people who are system administrators or network administrators who have access to systems that can affect the security of cardholder data. We then chose to increase the size of this environment as people came to us. So people came and said, we want to do this, and we said, well, to do that we're going to insist that you have two-factor authentication. We also have people using an NHS application who are health practitioners, so they're non-technical users who are also using the solution. There's two aspects to this. We have a VPN service, and if normal users log in, they get access to the network in a particular view, firewalled and that kind of thing. If a member of IT services logs in, then we want to give them a higher level of access. In order to get onto that VPN, you have to use two-factor authentication. We got in touch with a reseller and we asked, what products have you got? And they sent us some, and they frankly weren't very good. And then my boss said, Doug Song, he's cool, and he's just created a new company called GeoSecurity. That looks like a really cool product. Why don't we have a look at that? So we had a look at it, and it was obvious, this is a great product. It's cloud hosted, which fits in with our university strategy. One of the really cool things about GeoSecurity is you can do a small deployment and it doesn't cost you a lot of time, infrastructure, money to get set up. But now when we want to deploy new services, it's very, very quick indeed. Someone wants to bring a new service into Geo, we just literally go onto the website and create a key for them, and they can be up and running in a few minutes. The main challenges are around user acceptance of two-factor authentication. When you've got an existing application, people have been doing it a particular way for 15 years, and suddenly now to get root access they have to use two-factor auth. There's a bit of a barrier there, but Geo makes that as easy as I think it's possible to make it. It's really easy to use. The app is really clean and just works. There's even an Apple Watch app which makes it even easier to use. In fact, it's actually fun to do two-factor auth. So overall, it's been a very positive experience. They've listened to our feedback, they've incorporated things into the product, which has been great. But above all, it's just been really simple, straightforward. It hasn't got in the way of what we've been trying to do. The other area we're looking at is ISO 27001 and the increasing number of researchers who need an ISO 27001 compliant environment in order to do their research. So we're potentially looking at rolling out a data safe haven, and that would definitely require some sort of two-factor auth solution. I still think it's the best two-factor auth product out there at the moment. Having used the rival products and having used hardware tokens and RSA Secure ID, they're all considerably more hassle than Geo has been.